The Utah Jazz have no intention to trade All-Star Lauri Markkanen, according to ESPN's Tim McMahon. The report spells bad news for the Golden State Warriors, who reportedly attempted to trade for Markkanen in 2024 and have once again shown interest in acquiring the sharpshooting wing, per multiple insiders. McMahon noted that teams around the league expected the Jazz to make Markkanen available after they parted ways with veterans Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, and Colin Sexton this offseason, clearing the way for their young core to develop. That is not Utah's intention, sources told ESPN. McMahon reported on July 15th. It would be too much to describe Markkanen as untouchable, but the Jazz still project the all-star forward as a key player in their future core. Utah listened to offers for Markkanen last summer, but none of the talks with other teams ever came close to tempting CEO Danny Ainge and GM Justin Zanuck to make a trade. The Jazz ultimately awarded Markkanen a 5-year, $238 million maximum renegotiation and extension, allowing him to sign the deal last August 7th and making him ineligible to be traded before last season's deadline. Jazz unwilling to field offers. Markkanen's 5-year, $238 million contract isn't a concern for the Jazz, per ESPN, as the roster is loaded with rookie-scale contracts. As such, Utah is not in a financial deadlock like many other teams in the league and has no pressing need to make moves. It would take quite a haul for the Jazz to consider moving Markkanen, probably requiring him to restore his value by performing well for those kinds of offers to come the Jazz's way, McMahon wrote. The hope in Utah, however, is that Markkanen is still in a Jazz uniform when the franchise eventually becomes competitive again. Warriors tried to trade for Lauri. It was widely reported in the 2024 offseason that the Warriors made an aggressive pursuit of Markkanen, and the deal fell through due to their reluctance to include Brandon Podziemski, their second-year guard, in any potential trade. Pods revealed in an interview with The Athletic's Anthony Slater that he was in touch with Warriors Governor Joe Lacob during the Markkanen rumors and was assured that he'd not be included in a potential deal. Joe Lacob, told me, "You don't have anything to worry about. You're a priority here," Podziemski said in September 2024. "I appreciate that, being a rookie and going into my second year, hearing that from such a prestigious organization. It feels good. I'm wanted somewhere. So, I appreciate them. They could keep me in the dark until a trade is done." But Mike and Joe were transparent from the draft to the Paul George situation to the Markkanen situation. Later in the season, Warriors forward Draymond Green felt that his team dodged a bullet by not trading for Markkanen, citing the assets they'd have to part with. That could have been trash, by the way. Green told ESPN's Ohm Youngmisuk of a potential Markkanen to Warriors trade. "Markkanen coming here, we don't know. We have never seen it. So there was no thought of what could have been, because we don't know what that looked like." Markkanen averaged 19.0 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.5 assists for the Jazz last season. While many expect Bradley Beal to sign with the LA Clippers once he finalizes a buyout with the Phoenix Suns, the Golden State Warriors still retain interest in the 3X All-Star when he becomes a free agent. However, there may only be one realistic path to Beal that gives the Warriors an edge over the Clippers and other rival teams in pursuit of the veteran guard. The Warriors might have to let Jonathan Kuminga go to sign Bradley Beal. There's now surging speculation that Beal will be looking to recoup as much money as possible that he'll lose in his buyout with the Suns, with the 3X All-Star needing to give up nearly $14 million for it to be legally possible. ESPN's Brian Windhorst referred to that during Tuesday's episode of NBA Today, while local Suns writer Gerald Burgett explained how that could play a major role in Beal's free agency decision. "I think Golden State is another option for Beal. I would actually kind of like that fit for him," Burgett said on the latest episode of the PHNX Suns podcast. But again, he's going to try to recoup as much of that $13.9 million that he's probably going to be sacrificing with whatever contract he signs next. So I probably need to look at which of these teams have the MLE, whether it's the taxpayer or the non-taxpayer, because I think that will probably play a role in his decision as well. If the Warriors want to open up the full MLE to throw at Beal, they'd have to rescind the qualifying offer to Jonathan Kuminga or at least trade him with little to no salary coming back the other way. The thought of essentially flipping Kuminga for Beal has been discussed previously here, but it might have more merit now considering Golden State's interest in the 32-year-old appears to be gathering steam. The Warriors certainly haven't given up hope of stealing Beal from the Clippers' grasp, with NBA insider Mark Stein confirming they still have interest in the former number 3 overall pick during an interview with 95.7 The Game's Willard and Dibs on Tuesday. Stein also confirmed that he expects veteran duo Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton to eventually land with Golden State, making for an extremely interesting and potentially profitable period ahead if the franchise can acquire that pair and Beal as free agents. There's still a chance that the Warriors could acquire all 3 players while also re-signing Kuminga, yet they wouldn't be able to provide a bigger financial offer to Beal were they to bring back the former 7th overall pick on a new deal. Beal's time in Phoenix has been a disaster, but he's still averaged 17.6 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 4.3 assists on 50.5% shooting from the floor and 40.7% from three-point range during his 2 years with the franchise. Despite a strong close to the regular season for Brandon Podziemski, the Golden State Warriors appear determined to add multiple free agent guards who could emerge as starting candidates next to Stephen Curry entering next season. The Warriors remain one of the teams interested in 3x All-Star Bradley Beal, while also reportedly reaching out to 9x All-Star Damian Lillard. They've been linked to free agent sharpshooter Seth Curry and are widely expected to reunite with former guard DeAnthony Melton. If Golden State are so eager to add not one but perhaps a couple of backcourt players in free agency, then they'd also likely have some level of interest in a 2x All-Star and former teammate of Jimmy Butler. Could the Warriors fulfill Victor Oladipo's dream of an NBA comeback? Veteran guard Victor Oladipo is eyeing an NBA comeback, having been riddled by injury issues in recent years. The 33-year-old has not played in an NBA game since April 2023, while he's remarkably played in only 138 games since way back in the 2017-18 season. There's understandably going to be some hesitation on whether Oladipo can provide real value to a team now after so many injury setbacks, but he did reportedly impress in a recent workout in Las Vegas with a number of teams in attendance. Oladipo played full-court 5-on-5 in a group workout of international pros. Multiple team sources in attendance came away impressed, with Oladipo described as being in excellent shape as he pursues another comeback, ESPN reported on Tuesday. "I feel so great right now. Better than I felt in the last 7 years, mind, body, and soul. I know I am a fighter. I know I am a warrior. I have seen every lens this game and this league has to offer. I know I can help any team, in any role win, in any way. I also know the people want." Victor Oladipo, at Vic Oladipo, July 14, 2025. Oladipo was a 2x All-Star with the Indiana Pacers in 2018 and 2019, having emerged as one of the best players in the league after starting his career with the Orlando Magic and playing 1 year with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He averaged 23.1 points, 5.2 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and a league-leading 2.4 steals per game in the 2017-18 season, shooting 47.7% from the floor and 37.1% from three-point range. Oladipo's resume in that season is quite something when you consider he was the NBA's most improved player, earned votes in both MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, and was a member of the All-NBA third team and All-Defensive first team. That's also a long time ago, with Oladipo's last stint coming with 42 games for the Heat in the 2022-23 season. He averaged 10.7 points, 3.0 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.4 steals, including going for 30 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals in his fourth last NBA game against the Washington Wizards. Golden State will almost certainly prioritize the other free agent guards that they've been linked to over the offseason, but Oladipo could become a surprise alternative if those other options fall through. Oladipo labeled himself a warrior in a big social media post on Sunday, and now the Warriors could be the one to make that meaning literal as he tries to revive what once had been an excellent NBA career.